Whether you're a merchant or a new merchant processing rep selling credit card machines and whatnot, payment processing pricing can be very confusing. And I always have this little saying, I say, credit card processing is complicated by design. It was created by credit card companies, and we all know how much we love and trust the high interest rate bank credit card system. So with that being said, I want to look at two different types of pricing, because I hear many times that one type of pricing is better than another type of pricing. And so we're going to go over just a couple quick fundamentals that will help you understand the difference between flat rate pricing and interchange plus pricing. And so let's get started. We're going to go to the board and we will see what we can figure out together. So we'll draw a line down the middle. All right. And on the one side, we're going to just write flat rate. Okay. And on the other side, we're going to put IC plus, which stands for interchange plus. Now, a flat rate is just a rate that you're given by, a company. So online rates, let's just take some common ones. Like for flat rate, you'll see sometimes if you're going on the internet and you're looking at like big aggregator companies that are payment facilitators or things that have readers that you can buy off the shelf at Walmart, they'll tell you it's, 2.6% and let's call it, I want to say it was 15 cents now, right? Or it might be 10 or 15 cents. We'll call it 10 cents just for grins here. And this is for swipe transactions, right? And then for online transactions, it was 3.5%, right? And I want to say it was like either 15 cents or 30 cents or something like that, right? So it's, here, let's go back. We'll go 0.15. So this would be a flat rate system. Other ones you'll see it's all online will be like 2.9% and 30 cents, okay? So this is what a flat rate looks like. Let's talk about some positive things about the flat rate. You understand it, right? It's very simple to understand. If I'm gonna run a transaction, I know how much the transaction fee is going to cost because it's very simple. It's a flat rate. So flat rates are designed for two reasons. So like on the merchant side, I think it's nice. Like think about the flat tax, how many business owners are proponents of a flat tax. If they would just tell me, I'm gonna be charged 15, 20, 25% tax flat, I would know exactly what I have to allot to that instead of playing the shell game every year of wondering, where's the taxes gonna come from? What deductions can I pull in? All that kind of stuff. You guys get the idea. On the merchant processing side, it's nice because it's easy to market. So if you're trying to grow your merchant processing business at scale with software or with some marketing approach that you have that doesn't have a lot of time to explain things one-on-one to a business owner, then this is nice because you're able to just say, here's the rate, this is all the things that you get with our service, and then boom, now you have a very simple to understand offer and you can go from there, and they can make their decision pretty simply. Let's look at Interchange Plus. On the Interchange Plus side, it starts with the interchange. Now let's define interchange. Interchange, let's just put IC equals the pre-negotiated fee, right? So this is a fee charged by the issuer. Now, the issuer is the bank that gave the card to the card holder. So you have a customer come into your business or they're shopping online and they have a Citibank credit card. Citibank is the one that gets the interchange fee. Same thing if it's a Bank of America credit card or if it's a Wells Fargo credit card or a Chase credit card. All of those, that interchange fee that's collected is for the bank that issued the card. This is an important piece because I think a lot of people think that the cost in payment processing is from Visa or MasterCard or from the processor themselves. If you're working with a major processor, you may be under the impression that the bulk of the fee that you're paying is going to them. It's not. Most of the fee is going to the banks. the banks that issued the cards to the cardholders. And so what is cool about Interchange Plus is that it's really a pass-through program where you, for your pricing, you get the interchange. And when I say interchange, the bulk of interchange is what I just explained to you, but they also have something called dues and assessments and brand fees. Those are the little bits that, let's say, Visa gets and that the card brands and the associations get, that they have some little fees on that too. So when we say Interchange Plus, we're really saying, let's put pass through, because it's all the cost that comes with processing payments plus, or comes with the cards themselves, plus the processing fee. In this case, let's just say a processing fee could be Interchange Plus, and let's just say 0.59% and 10 cents, okay? So in this case, if the interchange comes out to 2%, all right, then interchange average, we'll say 2%, then you're paying, in this case, 2.59% and 10 cents, okay? So it sounds a lot like this pricing, right? Except just in a different format. So why would you want Interchange Plus pricing instead of, say, flat rate pricing? Well, let's look at this from a couple different angles. As a merchant, you can get more information on your statement by being on this type of pricing, and you have the opportunity to negotiate this portion of the fee better. The reason being is you're putting yourself in a win-win position with your processor. When you use the Interchange Plus pricing, the cost on the back end, the interchange that the merchant processor has to pay no matter what, right? Because their job is really just to collect the bill on behalf of the banks and the card brands. You're putting them in a position to where they're passing that cost directly through to you, so they don't have to worry about losing money. Because on this side, as a merchant processor, if this 2.6% comes in lower than the interchange, it may cost the processor money to actually process your payments. And they're not obviously in the business of paying for your processing. They're in the business of making money to process your payments for you. And so if all you use is, American Express and, Visa Business Rewards and things like that, cards that come in at like a 3.25% interchange rate on average, then this 2.6 would be too low and they would lose money. Luckily, there's a lot of other cards out there in the market and we're looking at the aggregate average of all of the fees. But over here, you put yourself in a position where you're really on the same footing with the processor. They're going to pass through the cost to you, and then you can negotiate this portion of the fee above it, right? And that's some going rate, ideas for you there. Now, which one is better, right? It really depends. If you're selling payment processing, flat rate equals simple. Okay? What does simple do for us in the marketplace? If something is simple and easy to understand, more people are willing to buy it. Why? Because people that are confused don't trust, people that don't trust don't buy. That's just kind of a basic fundamental fact of business in general, not just in the payment processing industry. But for an educated buyer, right, the Interchange Plus platform, right, of pricing will allow for the merchant and the processor to come together and on much higher volume accounts get a lowest what we call lowest cost routing, right? Because you can start working together to lower the fee. So like in this case, if you're working with your processor as a business to business merchant who invoices customers, you could start using what they call level 2 and level 3 data to pass through to get you what's called interchange optimization, right? We call it IC optimization. These are things that matter in certain scenarios, especially with people that have high ticket items that they sell, to help lower the cost overall, but still working together with the payment processor, right? You're still going to pay a fee to process payments. The processor still needs to get paid for providing you the service. You can negotiate that fee, but remember, as you negotiate that fee, your level of service may also diminish as the profit for the processor diminishes. But imagine that now you can find a way to work together with your processor to lower the interchange cost based on the way you're processing payments to get, a lower processing fee overall. So, which one is better? Neither. I'll tell you which one's better. Whichever structure, right? Fee structure costs less. So in this case, you may be able to get a flat rate that comes in lower than adding a bunch of pieces together with your processor. Or you may be able to work on those more complicated pieces to actually lower your overall cost. Neither is better, neither is worse. Whichever one at the end of it gives you the effective rate that is the lowest, that's the one that's going to be the best for you. Now, I've done a video on the effective rate before, and you can go check that out if you want a little bit more detail, but let me just give you a quick equation of how to get your effective rate, right? So we'll call it your ER, your effective rate, equals your total fees for processing, so don't include like software fees or anything like that, over total processed volume, all right? And we'll put total volume. And so you divide your fees by your volume, that gives you your effective rate. Sometimes it can be more complicated by reading a statement to get what those numbers actually are to figure out what it is. But this is, the basic equation to find your effective rate. And for you, what you want is the lowest effective rate as a merchant. And as a processor, we want to provide you the lowest effective rate possible while still maintaining some margin for us. And so it's simple, it's business, right? It's a working together to find the win-win. Neither pricing system is better, but one of them is probably right for you. Especially like if you just want to keep it simple and understand it, ask for a flat rate. If you want to work on the details and you're more of the type of person who likes to dig into the numbers and spend that time learning all about payment processing, although if you don't do it every day, you'll cram it in and then you'll have it drop out the other side in one ear and out the other, so to speak, because it is, like I said, complicated by design. And sometimes it's just better to, like I said, focus on that end effective rate, whichever one is best. And so that's what I have for you guys today. Hopefully this helps you understand a little bit more about, interchange rates versus flat rates. And there's even more pricing structures out there, but those are two of your good basic ones that can help you. I guess I should mention one other rate type, and that is the pass-through, right? Where you pass the fee through to your customer in some way through either dual pricing, cash discounting, or surcharging. And really, that's going to be one of the main ways that you're going to be able to lower your fees. If you want information, it's like, let's say you just want us to take a look at your rates, right? Or you're a processing rep and you want some help building a quote for a merchant. Just email us at info@championpayments.com, or you can click on one of the links in the description. Reach out to us. We're glad to help you. It's what we're here for. It's why I put this content out on YouTube, so that you guys can get the information, and that if we can help you in some way, that's the goal. We're looking to be helpful. Obviously, it pays us for us dividends in the end. The more people we help, the more people are going to want to do business with us. It is what it is. So appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, like I said, reach out to us, and we'll see you on the next one.